Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to talk about why I believe the New York Knicks are building something special. So, the New York Knicks have officially clinched the NBA playoffs on Sunday against the Washington Wizards. There's 3 games remaining in the regular season before we pivot our focus to the NBA playoffs. It does seem like we will be versing the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round, but in this video, I just want to give you guys my thoughts of the overall season and why I think the New York Knicks are building something special, not only for this season, but for the foreseeable future. Because what we are seeing before our eyes is what Knicks fans has been waiting for years and years and years. We have built through the draft. The New York Knicks have done a phenomenal job of developing their players, developing continuity within the organization with head coach Tom Thibodeau being here in year number 3, drafting players and developing players, giving them second contracts. This is something that just normal organizations do around the NBA and something that the New York Knicks organization is not usually known for. So that's why I wanted to make this video, to kind of bring it to the surface and why Knicks fans really need to appreciate this season, because it's not only the success of this year. I think what the Knicks are set up for in the future is even greater. And I'm really excited. Before I hop into the video, I want to mention, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, and of course, hit that like button if you guys enjoyed, and comment down below your thoughts of the New York Knicks this season and their future. So let's get right into it, guys. You see all the stats that we got from the New York Knicks individual players throughout the season so far up until this point. My biggest takeaway from the season so far has been the youth and the depth of this team, starters and bench. We go out there at the trade deadline and we go get Josh Hart for a first-round pick. And that was such a big acquisition for this franchise, because we're bringing a player who somehow has never made his playoff debut. He never played in the playoffs, even though he just screams a playoff type of player. And that was the difference, because we needed a player off the bench to do pretty much everything for the New York Knicks. Scrappy, defend, get rebounds, get loose balls, great teammate, hit the clutch shot, three-pointer, push the pace in transition. Ever since that acquisition from the New York Knicks at the trade deadline, it really put the Knicks over the top. Now, another thing that the New York Knicks have done this season that really was a big changing point was back in December when Tom Thibodeau shortened the rotation to 9-man. He takes Cam Reddish out of the rotation officially. They eventually trade him away. They take Evan Fournier out of the rotation. And at that point, we were floating around 500, little below 500. The Knicks weren't really looking as great. And then the Knicks really come out there and go on a big-time winning streak since that point. And I think that at that point shows you the type of head coach Tom Thibodeau is in year number 3 with this team. And I know you guys have some love-hate relationship with head coach Tom Thibodeau, but I'm here to tell you, he deserves your respect. I mean, we have a coach that is setting a standard, that is evolving to today's NBA, that is making sure that we are up with the upper echelon in offense around the league. He's a defensive-minded coach that is making sure that he's evolving his game on the offense. And he is responsible for the development of guys like Emmanuel Quickley breaking out in year number 3. Guys like Quentin Grimes breaking out in year number 2. The development of R.J. Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. Even throw in Deuce McBride, Jericho Sims, even though they're not in the 9-man rotation when they're fully healthy. But they have been developed very well. And I think that this team is so well put together with the balance of our draft picks of the youth and the balance of the free agent acquisitions. Guys like Julius Randle, 2-time All-Star. Guys like Jalen Brunson should have been an All-Star this season. Hell, even Isaiah Hartenstein has been a big-time free agent pickup for the New York Knicks. So now we're sitting here, clinched the NBA playoffs. Now let's pivot to what I think the Knicks are going to be doing in the future, and why I wanted to make this video in the first place. So the New York Knicks have so much draft capital in the future to deal with. And I know that we are coming off an offseason where the Knicks almost got Donovan Mitchell. They wanted to go all in. They were trying to get Donovan Mitchell, and they thought that the price was not just way too ridiculous. The Utah Jazz was asking for 4 picks. Quentin Grimes, R.J. Barrett, quickly, we all know what happened. And the deal fell through. And I know that we're seeing Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers succeed, and you can visualize what the reality would be like with Donovan Mitchell, with the Knicks, with Jalen Brunson. But I'm not that type of fan. I don't really focus on what should have been. I'm focusing on what is. I'm focusing on today, and I'm not harping on what we could have, and I'm appreciating what we do have. Because what we do have, folks, and what we would not have had if we made that trade is a deep roster with talent that's young and exciting. Anybody that gets injured, it's okay. And obviously, we don't want injuries. But we're seeing what this Knicks team is even without Julius Randle, who's been the head of the snake all season long. We haven't lost without Julius Randle. Obi Toppin can start in his role and play great. We have Jalen Brunson who can step up. We have other players are all over this roster. And that is the depth, and that is the unique thing about this Knicks team. We're not just top heavy. We don't have a couple stars that's really we're relying on. We are a deep team that is going out there and getting big-time minutes and big-time playing time in the fourth quarter. In that Sunday game against the Washington Wizards, we had 4 Knicks get 20-plus points. And that was without Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett. That's unbelievable. We had Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickley, and Obi Toppin all get 20 apiece. That's the first time in 4 years since that's happened, guys, to put things into perspective of what this Knicks team is doing this season. So you look at the future of this team. We are so young. And when I say young, I mean young, guys. R.J. Barrett is in year number 4, but he's still like 22, 23 years old. Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickley, they're still in their 3rd season in the NBA. Mitchell Robinson is in the prime of his career in year number 5. He just turned 25 years old. I mean, Quentin Grimes is in year number 2. Juice McBride, Jericho Sims, all 3 of them in year number 2. And even the veterans on this team, pretty young. Julius Randle, 27, 28 years old. Jalen Brunson, 26 years old. I mean, this team is so fun because not only is it going to be a good time this season, hopefully in the NBA playoffs, but we are setting ourselves up for a great future because Jalen Brunson, he's on a contract that's descending, by the way. $100+ million deal that he's getting the most money AAV this season, and it's a descending contract, which means the New York Knicks are going to have more cap space because of the descending deal with Jalen Brunson as his contract progresses. And I think we can all agree that the Jalen Brunson contract is an absolute steal of a contract. You can even say Julius Randle's contract is a steal based on what he's putting up. I mean, Julius Randle put up 25, 10, and 4 this season. That's all NBA status right there. That's all-star level stuff. So the Knicks are set themselves up for sustainable success, and that's what we need to make sure that we get here. Continuity, some consistency year in and year out. And I know that we want to focus in on the NBA playoffs, but we're going to really pivot our focus right here at the end of this video on what this future of this Knicks team is, because if another star becomes available, which there probably will be, it's the NBA. Stars become available all over the place. The Knicks have the ammunition to go out there and get the star. But I also feel like that the Knicks, they have so much talent and so much young pieces on this team, and I love how they're playing together, where it's like, why go after that star? Jalen Brunson's just playing like a star. Julius Randle's playing like a star. Emmanuel Quickley's developing into a star. I mean, R.J. Barrett, he hasn't really turned into a star like we've hoped in year number 4, but he's still a very good basketball player, in my opinion. I mean, we all know what we have on this roster. So my question to you guys is, do you think the Knicks are going to go after a star? Do you think that's going to take them over the top? Or are they going to continue building through the draft? Unfortunately, we might not even have a first-round pick this year, which kind of stinks because the Dallas Mavericks suck all of a sudden, and their pick is top 10 protected. So if that turns into a top 10 pick, that's not going to be ours. It's going to be to the Dallas Mavericks, and we're left with no first-round picks. But that's okay. This is the first year where I'm like, we don't need a first-round pick because everybody on this roster, we have cheap control for the next couple of seasons, and they're all young. So it's not like we need another rookie because there's no room in the rotation. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I want to make this video to give you guys my thoughts of the overall season and the outlook of the NBA playoffs and, of course, the future, because there's a lot of things to be excited about with this New York Knicks team. Knicks fans, we here, baby. Let's go. Cannot wait for the NBA playoffs to start next week, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Hope you guys enjoyed.